Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that many of you have been curious about. We're all just trying to figure each other out, and sometimes it feels like we're speaking different languages, especially when it comes to men and women. But don't worry, we're going to have some fun with this, and maybe learn a little something along the way. We're going to uncover the weak points of every woman that 99% of men don't know, so stay tuned. Now, when I say weak points, I don't mean it in a bad way, not at all. It's more like those little secret buttons, the vulnerabilities, the things that, if you don't understand them, can cause a lot of accidental ouchies. And if you understand them, well, that's like finding the key to a happy, understanding relationship. It's about knowing what makes someone tick, what makes them feel safe, loved, and truly seen. It's not about manipulation, it's about genuine connection. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a cup of tea, or if you're like me, maybe a whole box of those little cookies you pretend you only eat one of. Because we're about to get into the good stuff. We're going to explore these often missed signals and needs, and hopefully, by the end of this, you'll have a few more tools in your relationship toolkit. And who doesn't love a good tool? Especially one that helps build something amazing, like a stronger bond with someone you care about. Let's do this. 13. Alright, first up on our list, and it's a big one, folks, is feeling underappreciated. It's like you're putting in all this effort, juggling work, maybe kids, and it just feels like crickets. It's not always about wanting a parade or a gold medal, though a tiny, edible gold medal wouldn't hurt. It's more about the acknowledgement, that sense that your contributions, big or small, are seen and valued. Think about it. When you cook a meal, and no one says thank you, or when you go out of your way to do something thoughtful, and it's met with, well, nothing. It can make a woman feel like she's just part of the furniture, or worse, a really efficient, unpaid intern in her own life. So if you notice she's doing something, anything, that makes life a little better, a little smoother, a little more wonderful, say something. A simple thank you for dinner, it was amazing, or I really appreciate you handling that, can go a million miles. It's not about grand gestures every day, it's about consistent, genuine recognition. Next up, let's talk about feeling unheard. You know that feeling, right? When you're trying to express something important, and you can just tell the other person isn't listening. Their eyes might be glazed over, they might be nodding, but the words are going in one ear and right out the other. It's incredibly frustrating, and honestly, it can make you feel pretty small and insignificant. It's not just about the big, serious conversations either. Sometimes it's the little things. You mention something you're excited about or worried about, and it's met with a distracted, or worse, they change the subject. The emotional impact of feeling unheard is huge. It can lead to feelings of loneliness, even when you're in a relationship. So, the antidote here is active listening. It's about making her feel like she's the only person in the room when she's talking to you. That kind of attention, that kind of validation, it's like water for a thirsty plant. Alright, let's move on to something super important. Emotional support, or more specifically, the lack of it. Imagine you're walking a tightrope. Life can feel like that sometimes, right? And emotional support is that big, comfy safety net underneath you. If it's not there, or if it's full of holes, that tightrope walk becomes a whole lot scarier, and a fall can be devastating. For women, feeling that emotional support from their partner is crucial. It's not about being weak, it's about being human. When that emotional support is missing, it can feel incredibly isolating. Now let's talk about feeling valued. This is a cousin to feeling appreciated, but it goes a little deeper, I think. Appreciation is often about what you, the actions you take. Feeling valued is about who you. It's that fundamental sense that your presence, your essence, your unique self is important and cherished. It's knowing that you matter, not just for your contributions, but for simply being you. And for women, feeling truly valued by their partner is like sunshine for the soul. When a woman doesn't feel valued, it can erode her self-worth. Okay, let's lighten things up a little, but this is still super important, genuine compliments. Now, I'm not talking about those generic throwaway lines like "you look nice" said while scrolling through Instagram. No, no, no. I'm talking about the real deal, the compliments that land because they're specific, they're sincere, and they show you're actually paying attention. For women, a genuine compliment can be like a little burst of sunshine on a cloudy day. It's a small thing that can make a big difference. Why is this a weak point if missed? Well, it's not that women are desperately fishing for compliments 24/7, but when there's a complete absence of positive affirmation, or when the compliments feel forced or insincere, it can make her feel unnoticed or that her efforts aren't seen. It's like putting on a new dress you feel great in, and your partner says, "Nothing." Alright, this next one can be a silent relationship killer if you're not careful, feeling neglected. This isn't usually about grand, dramatic abandonments. Oh no, neglect is often a slow fade. It's the gradual withdrawal of attention, affection, and presence. It's when time slowly gets replaced by me time for one person, or when conversations become shorter and shared activities become rarer. It's like a plant that doesn't get watered. It doesn't die overnight, but it slowly wilts. And for a woman, feeling that slow drift can be incredibly painful. Now we're getting into some really foundational stuff. Trust and security. Oh boy, if these are shaky, everything else in the relationship is built on wobbly ground. It's like trying to build a magnificent sandcastle right at the edge of the tide. It might look good for a little while, but you know it's not going to last. For a woman to truly open her heart and be vulnerable, she needs to feel a deep sense of trust and emotional security with her partner. Without it, she'll always be holding a part of herself back. Trust isn't just about fidelity, though that's a huge part of it, of course. It's also about reliability, knowing you can count on your partner to do what they say they'll do. Let's talk about communication, or more accurately, poor communication. Oh, the tangled webs we weave when we don't talk, or when we talk each other instead of each other. It's like trying to assemble complicated IKEA furniture with instructions written in a language you don't understand, while blindfolded. Frustrating, right? And likely to end up with something that vaguely resembles a bookshelf, but is definitely not safe for books. For women, clear, open, and empathetic communication is often the lifeline of a relationship. Poor communication isn't just about not talking enough. It can also be about you talk. Our conversations often filled with criticism, defensiveness, contempt, or stonewalling. This next one, feeling misunderstood, oh, it can be so incredibly frustrating. It's like you're speaking your truth, laying your heart out, or just trying to explain your point of view, and the other person just doesn't get it. Or worse, they get it completely wrong. They twist your words or assign intentions to you that you never had. It's like trying to paint a beautiful picture, and someone keeps smudging the colors or insisting it's a picture of a potato when it's clearly a sunset. It can make you want to just give up trying to explain yourself. Feeling consistently misunderstood can take a real emotional toll. It can make a woman feel alienated, invalidated, and deeply lonely, even within her closest relationship. And finally, we arrive at number 10. And it's a big one that ties so many of these other points together: a lack of empathy. Empathy, folks, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, and not just any shoes, but shoes, feeling what it's like to walk their path, even for a moment. When empathy is missing in a relationship, it can feel like you're emotionally stranded, like your partner is on a completely different planet, unable or unwilling to connect with your emotional reality. A lack of empathy doesn't necessarily mean someone is cruel or uncaring. Sometimes people just struggle to recognize or understand emotions in others, or they're so caught up in their own perspective that they can't see beyond it. But for a woman, when her partner consistently fails to show empathy, when he dismisses her feelings, minimizes her experiences, or just doesn't seem to why she's upset or happy or scared, it can be incredibly damaging. It makes her feel like her emotional world doesn't matter or isn't valid. So, There you have it. 10 areas where women often feel vulnerable or misunderstood, and where a little more awareness from men can make a world of difference. It's not about pointing fingers or saying anyone is doing anything wrong on purpose. Most of the time, these things happen because we just don't know. We're all just trying our best, right? But now that we've talked about it, hopefully, we can all be a little more mindful, a little more intentional in our relationships. It's all about building those stronger, deeper connections. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time. Let me know in the comments if any of these resonated with you, or if there's anything else you'd like us to talk about. Bye for now.